Hello and welcome to Christmas. Now this is a time of year where everyone goes baking crazy because you can totally indulge and get away with it because it's Christmas. And while everyone's been banging on about gingerbread men and gingerbread houses, I've been busy coming up with an alternative cut-out cookie which is just as Christmassy. It's my clementine and cranberry cut-out cookie. So to start with, I'm going to get my dry ingredients mixed together so that they're ready to go when I need them. And I have 410 grams of plain flour. I'm just going to put that through a sieve. Followed by 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon and half a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to zest 2 clementines straight into the bowl. The reason I don't prepare this earlier is because I don't want to lose any of that lovely essential oil that you get when you zest it straight away. So it's going straight into the bowl. And I have 40 grams of dried cranberries here, which I've chopped, and I've chopped them really, really finely, and they're no bigger now than a grain of rice because I want them to be little flecks rather than massive chunks in my cookies. So I'm going to put those in the bowl. And once you've given that a good mix, it's time to beat some sugar and some butter together, and I have 225 grams of softened unsalted butter, which I'm going to beat together with 190 grams of caster sugar. I'm also going to add 60 grams of cream cheese, and this is going to give it a really lovely creamy flavour and a really nice texture. And once those are all in the bowl, you just need to beat those together for about 2 minutes until it starts to go pale. Next, in this bowl, I have 1 large free-range egg, which I've mixed with 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now that my sugar and butter is nice and pale, I'm going to pour that in on a low speed. And just beat that together briefly until it all comes together. And that's been mixing for about 30 seconds now. And don't worry if it looks a bit curdly, it's absolutely fine. It'll come together when you put the flour in, and it's time to do that. So I've got all my dry mix here. I'm going to whack that in and fold it in slowly. Right, my dough's come together and it's quite a soft dough, as you can see. And of course we're going to be rolling it, so I need to make this firm up a little bit. So I'm going to put it in the fridge for at least half an hour to an hour. And this is quite a lot of dough, so I'm also going to split it into 2. So I'm going to wrap it up in cling film in 2 little bundles and refrigerate. That's also great because it means that I can bake some another time, save it for the next day or something. My little bundles of dough have been chilling now for about an hour, so it's time to roll them. And I'm going to start by really liberally dusting my surface with flour. And I'm going to roll my dough out on that flour using a dusted rolling pin to stop it from sticking. I'm going to roll these out to about 1/2 centimetre thick. And of course you can use any kind of cookie cutter you want. I'm going to be using different ones, a snowflake, a little polar bear, and just some round ones, and I can make these into baubles as well. For the round ones, I'm going to make a little hole in the top, and that way I can put some ribbon through it and use them as Christmas decorations. And I'm going to re-roll my scraps, and I'm only ever going to do this once because it gets a little bit tough if you do it any more than that. I need more cookies. And now I'm going to bake them at 170 degrees C for 10 to 12 minutes or until they're lovely and golden around the edges. Right, my cookies are out of the oven and they're completely cool, and they are delicious as they are, even with no decoration on. But since it's Christmas, you're probably going to want to jazz them up, and you can use whatever you like. They're really nice with a bit of white chocolate drizzled over the top. That goes really well with the orange and the cranberry. But I always like to do mine with royal icing just to bring them to life a little bit. So here are my clementine and cranberry cut-out cookies, which are a really great alternative to regular old Christmas gingerbread. Give it a go, let me know how you get on in the comments box below. I'll be back next week with another recipe for you guys, and in the meantime, if you haven't subscribed already, then click the link at the end to subscribe. See you soon, bye!